Sawako is a female student who is neither gorgeous nor has a great family background, but she is quite famous and makes people afraid wherever she goes. Just because her appearance is somewhat similar to the ghost Sadako in the Japanese movie The Jing, her classmates spread rumors about Sawako and avoided her like the plague. They even went so far as to spread rumors that if anyone looked into Sawako's eyes for more than 3 seconds, they would be cursed. Soon, the name Sawako began to fade into oblivion, and instead, her classmates called the female lead Sadako the ghost in everyday life. However, God never cuts off anyone's way of life. The female lead is not loved by her classmates, but she has the attention of Kuwais, the most popular male student in school with a scholarly appearance, a bright smile, and a kind heart. Kuwais is the first classmate to call the female lead by her name, Sawako, and maintains a cheerful attitude when meeting her and is friendly to her like everyone else. In addition, Kuwais also volunteers to help her in all class activities. His attention to the female lead can be compared to the warmth of a sunny fairy in the cold winter. Perhaps he realizes that the female lead is not as shy as she appears. Sawako is also kind and willing to help people when needed. As long as it can bring joy to everyone, she will definitely not refuse. For example, the day the school held a bravery challenge was coming up, and her 2 friends Chizu and Jino asked her to pretend to be a ghost to scare everyone. If this statement could hurt others, it would be different for the female lead, because she has a gentle and tolerant heart. So when she received that request, she asked her 2 friends, "If it makes everyone happy, I will accept." Just like that, the female lead practiced in front of the mirror how to pretend to be a ghost properly every day, and her parents were also happy to see her so enthusiastic. That night, the female lead wore a white dress and appeared in the dark, waiting for someone to pass by and shining a flashlight on her face to scare them away. Her face was indeed emotionless and soulless to the point of being scary. Seeing them running away and avoiding her, the female ghost felt even more excited and chased after her, but when he met Case, he was only startled and then acted normal to deal with Sawako. He praised that she looked very similar to a ghost. The 2 of them talked for a while, then Chizu and Jino came to pay Sawako with a bottle of soft drink. Today's challenge was a success, thanks to the female ghost. The next day, when the scores were tallied, the first place winner was rewarded with a snack, while Case was at the bottom of the list and had to accept the punishment. Everyone thought for a while and then suggested that he go on a date with Sawako. They didn't expect everyone to use this method to toy with her. Don't they think it's too much? She's also a human and has feelings. Many times, they saw Case protecting Sawako. Everyone thought that he already had feelings for the female ghost, otherwise no one would do that. Case was misunderstood by everyone, so Sawako immediately stood up to explain. Yesterday, the 2 of them were actually together, but nothing happened. However, the truth is that she couldn't hide the fact that she really admired his strong vitality. Sawako was different in that she was a very innocent person, she just didn't talk much and wasn't as active as her age. And that was also her lifestyle, even simple things could make her cry. Like the day after school, Case gave her a bag of candy and said it was an apology gift from the whole class. That was enough to make her cry. After the summer break in the new school year, according to the rules, the whole class would have to draw lots to change seats. The other male students looked at Sawako's position to see where she sat so they could avoid sitting near her. Yet Case took that number and volunteered to sit next to Sawako's desk. At this time, besides Case, her 2 friends Jino and Chizu also started to befriend the female lead. She felt like her dream had begun to come true. From then on, the others no longer discriminated against her appearance. Some people even took the initiative to help her in class activities. Everyone became closer and closer to Sawako. Partly because Sawako was close to Case. It was also easy to see that the female students took advantage of her approach to get close to that male god. However, behind the scenes, there were also some jealous people who wanted to destroy their friendship. Ton spread rumors that badmouthed Jino and Chizu and then blamed Sawako. The 2 girls heard about this and decided to ask the female lead directly if she was really like what the others said. Unexpectedly, she was so stupid that she didn't clarify for herself and just kept silent. Because in her mind, she was thinking that she was the reason why they were caught up in those rumors. Afraid that if they continued to play with her, their reputation would be affected, she kept quiet. Until one day, Chizu talked to a boy named Ryu and suddenly had an epiphany. There was no way the female lead didn't talk much and had few friends. How could he spread rumors? It seemed that they had misunderstood and distrusted Sawako too much. That day, Sawako was sitting in the toilet and accidentally heard the girls talking badly about Gino and Chizu. It turned out that the rumors were spread by them. She immediately opened the door and ran out, telling them that Gino and Chizu were really good people, so don't talk bad about them behind their backs. She mustered up her courage and asked them to take back what they said earlier. Everyone outside was worried that a conflict would happen, so they gathered in front of the girls' restroom. They heard that Sawako was about to be beaten for defending Gino and Chizu. So they immediately ran to protect the female lead, and at the same time, ignored the rumors and chased away those bullies. Only at this moment did Gino and Chizu truly understand the female lead's feelings for them. They hugged each other tightly and promised to be good friends forever. From then on, the trio of Sawako, Chizu, and Gino went everywhere together. And one fine day, a beautiful girl named Kuzumi suddenly took the initiative to befriend the female lead. She also acted very close, calling her friend from start to finish. Even though it was not a break, they invited her to eat together. That overly friendly attitude also made Gino and Chizu suspicious. However, seeing Sawako so happy, they didn't want to ruin her mood because they realized that Kuzumi's real purpose was not to be friends with Sawako, but just to use her to get close to Kei's. Didn't Kuzumi make a pact to share Kei's when she was in middle school so that no female student could confess to Kei's? The school-wide sports festival was coming up, and Sawako and Kei's practiced soccer together every day. No one knew if there was anything more than friendship between the two, only that they were always stuck together, which made Kuzumi very uncomfortable. The day the girls' soccer team of Sawako's class won the sports festival, Kei's went to congratulate her but was interrupted by Kuzumi and dragged to a deserted place. Her purpose is to assert her sovereignty to Sawako that she has feelings for Kei's. She wants to confess to him soon, so she really hopes that the female lead will support her. However, for Sawako, Kei's is very special and she realizes that she cannot do it, so she refuses. For that reason, Kuzumi's attitude immediately changes, becoming strangely stubborn. While going to the field to watch Kei's match, a ball accidentally flies towards Sawako. Luckily, Ryu caught the ball in time. Seeing this, Kuzumi immediately paired Ryu and Sawako up, secretly sent a letter asking Ryu out and tricked the female lead to meet them privately. Taking this opportunity, Sawako thanked Ryu for catching the ball earlier, when she realized that the message was not sent by Sawako. Ryu realized that this was a trap and said that he already had someone he liked, and that person was Chizu. After hearing that, Sawako felt relieved and even complimented the two of them on how beautiful they were. The two continued to sit and chat happily when suddenly Kei's passed by and saw them like that, so he pulled the female lead's hand to another place. It turned out that the male god secretly liked the female ghost, so he was jealous and asked her if she liked Ryu. The female ghost answered frankly without hesitation, "I don't like Ryu." After the conversation with Ryu just now, the female lead suddenly became more courageous. She went to Kuzumi and admitted that she really liked Kei's. At this point, Kuzumi started to cry because she thought that she would never lose to someone like Sawako. She tried to confess to Kei's once, but the answer she received was that he already liked someone else. Because of that, Kuzumi started to avoid Sawako and declared that from now on they were no longer friends. Sawako was still innocent and didn't understand why. Kuzumi asked again, "Have you seen anyone befriending a love rival?" That day, Sawako lost a friend, but it was okay because she still had Gino and Chizu, and Gino had just dumped his boyfriend. They went shopping together to relax and then stopped by Kei's grocery store to buy a birthday present for Ryu. Here, Chizu chose a shirt with a shiny lettering for Ryu and smiled. Seeing that, Sawako asked her if she had feelings for him, but that only made Chizu remember Ryu's older brother many years ago, and said that she only saw him as her younger brother. It turned out that Chizu wanted to take advantage of Ryu's birthday to meet his older brother. Knowing Chizu's intentions, Ryu said that the official celebration was only for family. So he only invited his friends to celebrate his birthday the day before. This reason for refusing not only disappointed her but also made her feel heartbroken. Had he never treated me like family before? After that day, the relationship between the two of them went to class in a rather tense state. Everyone knew Chizu's thoughts, so they gave her advice. Maybe Ryu had some special reason for saying that. We should go ask him directly to avoid misunderstanding him. So before the birthday, they decided to go to Ryu's house together. When everyone was celebrating inside, Chizu pulled Ryu outside to talk privately. Before they could ask anything, Ryu's brother just returned. Chizu couldn't control her joy and immediately rushed out to hug him. But just a few seconds later, the sky seemed to collapse. Chizu brought her girlfriend home to introduce to everyone and said that they were getting married. Chizu tried to smile and congratulate him, but the atmosphere was still very heavy, and at this time, Case was also afraid that Chizu would be embarrassed, so he suggested that it was getting dark so everyone should go home early to rest. When she was little, Chizu dreamed of growing up to be Ryu's brother's wife. It seemed that her dream had come true, but for someone else. Today was Ryu's birthday. She brought a package of fruits to give to him. But when she got there, she heard Ryu say that he was very happy that she was finally disillusioned. This idiot had bullied Chizu since she was little and still did. The words made her heartbroken and threw the birthday gift back and left. Everyone at home was extremely worried about Chizu, fearing that she would not be able to recover when she heard that her brother Ryu was getting married. So they decided to invite Chizu over and prepare themselves to listen to her heart. Only Case was certain that he would be fine. However, things were not that easy. Chizu ran away as soon as she saw Ryu. He did not mean to apologize, but instead wanted to let her know that he had known about her feelings for her brother. Here, Chizu was about to cry, even more resentful because she had been considered a fool for so long. She told her friends about this. They commented that it turned out she just wanted to see Ryu as a piece of paper to vent her anger. As long as she could vent it, she would feel better. That day, Ryu's brother took the initiative to come and find her. The two of them walked along the road from school to home, passing by places filled with memories of the two of them since childhood. After a while, he stopped because of Chizu's gloomy face. "Do you know why I always call you Chi?" It turned out that when calling Chi, the mouth would open as if smiling. And that was the reason why he wanted to call her that. Because he wanted to see his sister always happy. Chizu felt somewhat comforted when she heard this. The answer he had given was so clear that there was definitely no hope left. She happily congratulated him on his happiness with the fiancé he had chosen. However, she did not know that everything behind it was arranged by Ryu. She asked him to comfort her so that Chizu would accept letting go. Her brother returned and said that the mission had been completed. Ryu began to visit Chizu to see how she was feeling. Chizu said that she herself did not think that her dream would come true. She also felt like this day would come. She saw him as an older brother that she admired. Seeing that she was still lying, he decided to speak up for her. "I know your feelings for him are true." The sentence made Chizu burst into tears and lean on Ryu's shoulder. This guy is really strong, having to witness the person he likes liking his older brother for many years. Only a few days left until Christmas. Everyone started decorating the classroom together and planning a fun day out. The female lead wanted to ask her parents to go out with her friends, but her father interrupted. The baby's due date was the 24th and her parents were worried because it was already past the due date, but the baby was still not born. In the end, she made her mother wait until the extra day before the baby was born. For her father, the 24th was the best gift. Hearing this, the next day she had to tell her friends that she couldn't go with them because she had to celebrate Christmas with her family. She carefully prepared 2 gifts for Gino and Chizu in advance. Both girls received gifts and were very happy with them. On Christmas Day, her father spent the whole day preparing food for the mother and daughter who were far away from her. Suddenly, her mother received a call from Kuai's. He said that everyone was having a Christmas party, and the party would be more fun if Kuai's was there. She really wanted to go out with her friends, but she didn't dare say anything because she was afraid of disappointing her father. Through that, her father told her that next time she didn't have to be afraid to tell him anything. Sakwa happily rushed to the Christmas party location. In this cold winter, there was nothing better than having a girlfriend. Sakwa and Kuai's started exchanging gifts. Then she went to karaoke with her friends. The enthusiastic youth just had fun to the fullest. After singing, everyone told each other to go home. They even cleverly pushed the responsibility of taking her home to Kuai's. After walking a distance, she suddenly closed her eyes and stood still. Kuai's kissed her reflexively, making both of them panic. It turned out that the homeroom teacher had said that she could thank him by closing her eyes. She didn't understand why that was a thank you. Kuai said that if he acted like that again, that would happen. After saying that, he shyly ran away, leaving Sakwa alone. That day, she was dressed up beautifully, because the group had agreed to go out to celebrate New Year's Eve together that night. However, when they arrived, only Kuai's and Sa came to her. It turned out that they had tricked the two of them and deliberately avoided them to bring them together. After Kuai's knew that today was Sa's birthday, he quickly wished her a happy birthday and lined up to go to the temple to celebrate the new year together. When he returned, Kuai's drew a large tattoo and exchanged it with the female lead's fierce tattoo. That showed that he was willing to give her all the best things, but when Valentine's Day came, around Sa appeared many satellites ready to give chocolate. It was understandable that he was so famous that many people loved him. Sa came to her, half-heartedly, because she was afraid to get close to Kuai's. She brought the cake she made herself to give to Jino and Chizu. Seeing the other female students surrounding her boyfriend, she stopped and hid the box of chocolate in her bag. During recess, she mustered up the courage to bring Valentine's Day gifts to Kuai's. However, seeing him receiving Kuzumi's gift, she could only hide in a corner and think about random things. Unfortunately, Kurumi saw her, so she told Sa through her that Kuai's would only accept chocolates if he didn't have any special feelings for him. After hearing Sa through her, she knew that she wanted to be special to Kiza, so she decided not to give him her gift. In the new school year, everyone changed their seats, so Kuai's and Sa through her seats became further apart. They had difficulty talking and gradually grew apart. The female lead was assigned to sit next to a new male student named Kento, who was quite eye-catching and energetic, not inferior to Kuai's. He was also very friendly and used many intimate gestures whenever he approached Sa through her. That made Kuai's feel that he was no longer special to Sa through her. He went to ask her directly if he was wrong in thinking she was his best male friend. She was so flustered that before she could answer, Kuai's had already left. Since the day Kento appeared around Sa through her, the male god Kuai's started to feel depressed and extremely worried. Knowing that it was selfish, he had to make a decision to tell Sa through her to forget what he had said before. Not long after, Kento took the initiative to find Sa through her with the purpose of reminding him to stay away from her. Because he would make her be boycotted by others, and Kuai's confidently affirmed that if that happened, he could completely handle it. That day, Sa through her also confided in her close friends, she was not strong enough to give chocolate to Kuai's. The reason was because recently he seemed to be avoiding and keeping his distance from her, so Jino came to find him and kicked him, hoping Kuai's would scold him. He couldn't avoid Sa through her anymore, he was used to being ignored. So don't let him be confused. Meanwhile, in this new school year, Sa through her almost got a position in the class. She is more confident that she can handle problems on her own without Kuai's caring anymore, which is also what Kento tries to do for Sakwa her. He wants her to be strong and shine when standing alone, not in someone's shadow, so Kuai's is really tactless to him. But Sakwashi does not agree with that thought. Kento talks for a while. Sakwashi suddenly bursts into tears, and then Kento takes this opportunity to confess that he has feelings for the female lead. But Sakwashi does not agree with that thought. Kento talks for a while. Sakwashi suddenly bursts into tears, and then Kento takes this opportunity to confess that he has feelings for the female lead.